Hello everyone, welcome back to the lecture series of genetic algorithm. In last two lectures we have seen what is binary coded genetic algorithm and how we can solve any problem using genetic algorithm. We have seen basically the working of binary coded genetic algorithm. In today's lecture we will see how we can solve sphere function with the help of binary coded GN. So here this is my objective function f(x) equals to x1 square plus x2 square, and both the variables are bounded to be in between 0 and 30. Okay, so first we know that we are having two decision variables. So before applying binary coded genetic algorithm, we need to fix the value of population size, maximum iteration, bit length, crossover probability and mutation probability. All these are user defined variable. Okay, so for this problem I am going to use 4 different population with 10 iteration, and my bit size will be 4. Probability of crossover is 0.8 and mutation probability is 0.3. Usually we will keep crossover probability more than higher value as compared to mutation value. So we want more solution to undergo crossover and only few solution to undergo mutation. So after defining all the user defined variable, we have to generate population, binary population. So for example, here my bit length is 4 and my variables are 2. So n into d is 8 over here. So my population string length is 8. Okay, so here is the table for 4 different population randomly generated. Okay, and out of these 4, 8, these 4 will define x1 variable and next 4 bit will define x2 variable. Okay, similarly for the rest of population number. So we have taken population size 4, so that is why we have 4 rows and 8 different columns. 4 rows and 8 columns, because 2 variable, each variable represented by 4 bit, right? So now how to calculate the fitness of this population for each population. To calculate the fitness, for the first we need to find the decoded value. Decoded value is nothing but the decimal equivalent. So if we want to find out decimal equivalent, suppose for x1, so it will be 8, 4, 2 and 1. How we are getting it? So if you will see, if I put the value of 2 to the power 3 multiply with 1, 2 to the power 2 multiply with 0, 2 to the power 1 multiply with 0 and 2 to the power 0 multiply with 1, and sum of all. So here it is 8, that's 4, that's 2 and 1. 1 multiply with 8 will give you 8, and since these are 0, so 0 multiply with any quantity will give you 0, and this is 1. So this population x1 variable decoded value is 9. Similarly, if you will see for x2, it is again 8, 4, 2, 1. So 8 plus 4 is 12. So like that, what is my decoded value for all the population? 9, 12, 3, 7, 4, 5, 6 and 10. So once the decoded value are found out, we can directly plug it into fitness function after getting actual value. So from decoded value we need to find out the actual value. So to calculate the actual value, we have this formula we have seen in last lecture also. So here for both the variable, my x minimum is 0, x maximum is 30. Okay, and 4 bit is defined for each variable. So this formula will apply for both the variables. So both the variables actual value will be 2 times their decoded value. Okay, but in suppose this is valid if both the variables are having same bounds and same bit length. Suppose if they are having different bound lengths, then this formula will be different for each of the variable. Okay, so in that case we will get different expression for both the variable. So for x1 we will have a different expression, for x2 we will have a different expression. So now that we have decoded value over here and found the actual value, we will just plug into the formula, that is 2 times of decoded value. So you get your actual value for each of the population variable. So after that we will just put the variables value in my objective functions and we will get fitness function for each of the population. So once we found the fitness value, next step is to implement the tournament selection. So we implement the tournament selection to determine the mating pool. So we need to find the pool size. So in this case we fix the pool size to be same as our population size, that is 4, right? So this is what we have so far, and we need to randomly select 2 solutions, and let's say the selected solutions are P2 and P4 and their corresponding fitness. So these 2 solutions are going to compete, and the winner will be put into mating pool. So in this, suppose we are selecting F2 and F4 and it's a minimization problem. So once the competition has been taken place between F2 and F4, F2 is the winner because it is having a minimum value out of 2. Okay, so this is our mating pool, and since first competition is between P2 and P4 and the winner is our P2. Similarly we will conduct another competition between 1 and 3. So winner is P3, then 1 and 4P, then winner is P4, and then 2 and 3 winner is P3. Okay, so that's how we have selected our winners from 4 different tournaments. Okay, so once the competition has been done between, suppose, our first 2 population P2 and P4, then next tournament should not be between P2 and P4. It will satisfy the criteria that each member play 2 times tournament, but that has to be randomly selected. So at the end of mating pool, if you see here, some of these fitness function like 164 was the best among all the fitness, and 90 is the worst. This is best, this is worst. So if you will see, there are 2 copy of best solution and no copy of the worst solution in our mating pool, because worst solution is having highest fitness value, that is 900, doesn't find a place in the mating pool. That's the best solution will occur twice and worst solution will definitely not occur. So after all the 4 tournaments we have seen this criteria is fulfilled already. Okay, so depending upon the other parameter, the rest of the solution can occur either once or twice, or they may not be even occur. Okay, so that's how selection process take place in genetic algorithm. So once selection tournament is completed, we are going to implement crossover, single point crossover. So this is our mating pool. We are having 4 populations value, P2, P3, P4, P3. P3 is repeated 2 times and another 2 are having a copy of 1. So this particular set of solutions is parent, it's not population, or you can say mating pool. Okay, so now what we will do is we will generate, or we will select randomly two different parameters. So parents, so here I have selected P1 and P2. These are the parents. Now after selection parents, we are going to generate random number, okay, to check that can we perform crossover or not. So randomly generated number is 0.9, so we will perform our crossover. And if for that, first we have to select a random crossover site, which is 3 in this case. So what we will do is we will interchange our parents string after third string. So this is head of first parent, this is tail of first parent, head of second parent, tail of second parent. So new offspring will be obtained by interchanging their tails. So this is head of 1, head of 2. Now this is tail of 2 and tail of 1. So this is how we can determine the offspring, okay, after single point crossover. So now we go for second crossover. So we had 2 crossover, right, because we want 4 solutions. So we have got 2 offspring. Now we need 2 more offspring. So previously we had taken first 2, now we are going to take third and fourth. So this is done randomly. So let us say we have selected parent 3 and 4, and then we have generated a random number. Again its value is 0.6, which is less than our crossover probability, which is 0.8. So that means we need to perform crossover, right? So since we need to perform our crossover, we need to determine the random site. So again we have selected a random number as 5. We generated a random number 5. So after the 5th position we can cut the solution and swipe the tails. So first parent would be identical, right, in both the cases. These two will get interchanged. These two will get interchanged in both of them. So first will remain identical, next two are interchanged, okay, right? So now we are having 4 offspring. Previously we generated 2 offspring, now we have generated another 2. So we have 4 offspring. So in this example, for both the crossover, we had to do a crossover, right? Like the random number which we generated happened to be less than crossover probability, then it's mean we can perform crossover. If suppose number is like 0.9, then we will not perform our crossover. So we need to check this random number which we have generated, okay. So if random number is less than crossover probability, we need to do a single point crossover. If random number is greater than or equal to crossover, then we need to copy the parent themselves as offspring. So after implementation of crossover, we will implement bitwise mutation. Since every member has to participate, so first we will take one member, first member, and for this we have to generate 8 random numbers because string length is 8. So we have randomly generated 8 different numbers between 0 to 1, and now we will compare it with our mutation probability, which is 0.3. So if you will compare only for the second element, our random number is less than mutation probability. So only second string will go under mutation process, all other will remain same. So if you will see, only second is converted to 1, all other are as it is, okay. So now similarly we will apply for other 3 offspring. So similarly we have performed mutation process for all the offspring. So here we are having O2, O3, O4, and since we are having 8 strings for each offspring, so we have to generate 8 different random number, and whenever it is less than 0.3, our mutation probability, which is user defined value, whenever it is less than 0.3, we need to change those bit. So in this case, second bit is having 0.1 random number which is less than 0.3. Similarly, this is less than 0.3, and in this no random number is less than 0.3. So here it will remain as it is. Here we have changed third bit to 0 from 1. Here we have changed last bit to 0, and in this we have changed second bit to 0. All other bits will remain same. Okay, so now we have these offspring. Now we need to find the decimal equivalent, right? So decimal equivalent we can find out for them. Again, we will divide into two variables. We will perform the same method, 8 4 2 1, so it is 6. Here 8 4 2 1, so it's 5. Okay, now after that we will use our formula. This we have seen, minimum value is 0, maximum value is 30, our string is 5. So this is formula to calculate actual value. So each of offspring will have actual value as 12, 10, 2. As we have seen, it was 6. Here actual value is 12. Here my value was 5. Now it is 10. So like that we have calculated our offspring values for both the variables, right? Now after that we will calculate fitness function for each offsprings. So we had initial population. We employed tournament selection to get the mating pool. Once the mating pool is employed, we have performed single point crossover. Then we got offspring. On those offspring we employed mutation to get the new offspring, or simplicity we just call that also as a offspring. So we have now the initial population and our offspring, right? So in last step we are going to combine all the solution and select best 4 of them. So this is our initial population and its fitness value, and this is current offspring and its fitness value. So we are supposed to combine both of these. So this is the combined population and combined fitness value, and then we need to sort this vector. So sort this vector to determine the best 4, right? Because population size is 4. So in this case we generate 4 offspring. Initially we were having 4 initial population value. Now we are shorting it. So optimal solution is 80 in this case. Then after that next minimum is 164, then 200 and 234. So these are the 4 best solutions which we have obtained. So corresponding to that we will select 4 solutions for our next population. Okay, so these are the new population value for our next iteration. So remember, when we have to find out the best solution over here, we need to pick the corresponding solution vector also. So these 4 are to be taken, and these 4 are the discarded value. These are the 4 discarded values. So this is our new population. So again, for this population we will do the tournament selection, then we will perform crossover, single point crossover, then after that we will perform mutation, and at the last we will perform mu plus lambda strategy as we have done in this slide. Okay, so this is the working of binary code genetic algorithm. So that's all for today's lecture. Thank you.